What's up, Aquarian gang? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. That's me. So happy to have all the Aquarians out there with me. I hope this video finds you well. I have been trying to make the most of this whole quarantine social distance thing, so I've been doing lots of extra readings the last couple weeks, which has been super fun for me. So I hope they're fun for you as the viewer. But welcome. We are going to do yet another spread for you regarding love and romance and relationships. So if you're interested in career and finance, I recently posted one for all zodiac signs, so go ahead and check that out if you are interested. If not, let's do this right here, right now, right? Messages for love and relationships for all my Aquarians out there. Messages for their best and highest good. What do they need to know? I think most of you guys know my spiel. I do general messages here on YouTube. Anything that doesn't fit your circumstance or scenario, you can drop it like it's hot. You don't need to take on any messages that feel strange or foreign. If something doesn't resonate with you, please have faith it's going out to someone else who needs to hear it. If you're not interested in the message, if you don't resonate, you can click off. You can find a different video, a different reader. Or yeah, you can just assume that maybe this time it's not your message and then come back the next time. Give these messages time to resonate though. Not everything will click instantly. And sometimes it's kind of more fun doing the whole like detective Sherlock Holmes thing to try and see if you can make something fit in your scenario. But yeah, anyway, that's about it for my rules. Everything else down in the box below for you if you're wondering about how any of this works. One more deck to shuffle. Which one should I do? Let's see, Aquarius. Let's do this one. All right. And thanks to everybody who's returning to my channel. If you haven't already hit subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to reach a personal goal, hopefully by the end of April. I'm so close to hitting 2,000 subscribers, and I started this channel about a year ago. So I'm stoked. It's come such a long little way, and it's like the little engine that could. So yeah, I'm really proud. And so if you like these messages, if you want to endorse me with that subscribe button, that would be amazing. But if not, happy just to have you here on YouTube. We're going to hop in. One more card for Aquarius in love. If you don't currently have a person, this could represent someone coming in or someone from your past. These can also be messages of non-romantic love, self-love, things of that sort. So again, up to you how you want to apply these messages in your story if they in fact fit. All right, so looking into your energy, you're coming off as the elephant. I love it. So wise beyond your years, wisdom and knowledge. Trailblazer is sort of what I get with that, but you're at a bit of a crossroads. Mentally, you're between two worlds. And that could even mean something about the spiritual realm too. You could be a messenger of great communication, of great wisdom and knowledge. And I mean, you are, right, Aquarius? You are an air sign. You are the great communicator. And you are the king, right? You're the king of communication. You're the king of swords. Whether you're male or female, that's your card in tarot. And with the star card, yeah, there is sort of the sense of like, I always say like the zoom out, wise beyond our years, not just living in the here and now, but thinking about, I just heard time travel. So that's a beautiful message for Aquarians. Yeah, you're the key that unlocks people to their doors of destiny. You may inform people about their spiritual path. If this isn't necessarily your energy, though it might be, you could be that determining factor for other people in their lives. You offer them the key to open new doors. You offer them information or knowledge or wisdom regarding like their soul path. This is so funny, but some of you could even be doing something like being a travel agent. It could be like quite a literal manifestation of what these cards are saying, helping people decide paths, decide their own journeys. So then your overall action is King of Wands. So yeah, you're kind of kicking ass in the spread. I'm not totally sure what it has to do with love, but your cards are very dynamic here. So let's throw some clarifiers on this. What does this have to do with love? All right, so looking through the lens of love, I feel like your messages always kind of throw in some extra stuff, which I'm cool with, but I know you guys most of you are here looking for stories about love. So let me see what I can get from this. Why is elephant showing up? Being protective of your energy, being careful who you share your light, who you share your wisdom with, who maybe you want to create a world with. Some of you, your lover is at a distance. It seems like they're so very far away, and there is a sense of loneliness. You do sort of miss them a tad. And you may actually be making plans to go see them again. Something about like a travel agent. So if that's not you, you may be talking with one or could just be making the plans to travel. Some of you may have had like a fun destination trip or vacation planned with like your sweetheart, but it came to a delay just given what's going on globally. So yeah, you're dreaming of like a little getaway, though it does seem like I keep hearing the word longing. Some of you are really involved with either a Cancer or a Taurus, and there's a mutual bond bond or interest in your faith or your religion or your spirituality, but it does seem like you guys are at a distance from them. And yeah, it's weighing heavily on your heart. Some of you, some of you are going to be moving in with your significant other, and again, it's soon. It got put on delay, but in 2 months, something or other is gonna pick up. Regarding the key, so that could be literally, again, like a key to a door, a space. It could be the building you bought to establish your business. It could be, like a new office space. It could be an apartment. It could be a home, something. It could even be a new car, right? Car keys, anything with keys. That might be a significant emblem for your person as well. Something about a piece of jewelry, like a charm on a charm bracelet or a tattoo. Something about the key is very important here. And it does have to do with being well matched spiritually. It could also be with a Pisces. So there's something about 3 here. For most of you, it's not necessarily third-party stuff. It's more the idea of something about painting a baby's nursery. Or do some of you have pregnancy on the mind? Something about in Pisces season, I don't know. And so we're already kind of just past that. I mean, Pisces season is a while away now, but I don't know if you were anticipating, I don't know what it would be. Something in Pisces season regarding children or babies. And so maybe if I don't know if you work with children, there could have been some major thing in that realm. What does that have to do with this? I'm a little... Where is this going romantically? There's not a lot of romance messages coming through. For Aquarius, please. What Aquarians looking for love or wanting to know about love? Oh, it fell on the floor, you guys. It's going to be mad awkward. Give me a second because I'm like really far down. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Okay. I need to get a better setup. I absolutely hate my setup. Oh, well, I don't hate it, but as you can see, it's not ideal because I'm like wobbling my camera and stuff now. Oh, Aquarius, you guys are the best. Thanks for bearing with me. This is mad awkward. I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, so 3 of Swords, heartbreak, pain. You have a Tower moment, and then you have the King of... Is this Swords? No, King of Pentacles. Yeah, so something about third party then, for some of you, for not all of you, just because it came up with the 3 of Swords, the Tower, and then the King of Pentacles. Was somebody not faithful? Was there a little bit of side activity? Oh, and somebody caught somebody in the act. Uh-oh, and it could have been in some sort of space where there was a shared key, a shared room. So, oh gosh, this took a turn, Aquarius. So again, it's not everybody's story. I'm sorry if it's not yours, but so something coming through about being between 2 different people. You may have had to call it quits with both of them, and this could have been you who discovered it too, if it wasn't you who was doing all this side activity. In fact, I think that's what it is. You are wise beyond your years. You're moving towards something else. It could be that you're going to visit friends who are at a distance as a form of healing, as a form of therapy. Because yeah, it's like there's too many lips involved. Do you see how like all the fish are kissing? Something about that for anybody who relates to the baby story, that's cool. That doesn't seem like there was indiscretions there. It's more for like third-party activity involving a Pisces or maybe a Taurus. It could have caused, a destruction of a marriage or of a commitment, in which case that's why the Tower card is coming through, because something is about to burst, something that was not solid in its foundation. It's coming down to illuminate you to the idea of a great need for more spiritual healing. This could also kind of be your person too, but I'm sort of getting Aquarius, either you walked in on them or you were privy to some sort of like text message that was going through to your person, like you may have seen it on their phone and yeah, I'm just sort of getting like, who's this bitch? Like, who is this third-party activity? Yeah, you could have been dealing with a King of Wands, maybe a fire sign who, work hard, play hard, right? And he plays all around, right? A lower vibrational King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. So, and again, that could be female too, but more than anything though, it's you stepping into your power, and I think you bring down the gauntlet. Something about the wrath, the anger you felt, you decided to move away immediately from it. Yeah, it could have involved the destruction of a marriage, the wedding ring. Exactly, the tower. The tower, interesting, and the stork in reverse. So again, babies, right? There could have been something about, I said this to some other sign, I think it may have been Capricorn. Again, I totally acknowledge this is a very specific message. It's probably not for most of you out there, but for the 1 or 2 who need to hear it, this is confirmation that there may have been discussion about having a child with your significant other, and either that conversation of, oh, I never want to have kids, that could have been a Tower moment in your life, Aquarius, or vice versa, right? If your person was the one really pushing for that. Or it could have been that the news of a pregnancy, but it wouldn't have been with you, it would have been with like the other person, kind of brought the tower down on all this third party shit. So yeah, I mean, I think you're in the process of restoring your heart, or some of you are leaving somebody behind, like you moved out to go pursue the actual love of your life, who I am getting, again, is at a distance. You have the key coming up again. This is very, very significant. So it's almost like your spiritual development came to a halt, because in the tower, everything is dark, right? In the tower, you can't see the light of day. You're not being hit with those sort of nice little like intuitive hits sort of that you get from God, from spirit, from universe. Yeah, when you're locked away in the darkness, it's like the only source of energy is sort of like the devil. That's sort of what, goes the devil, then the tower, then the star, which is your card. So something about the shadow self, the darker side, this could have involved a Capricorn, though it doesn't have to. Yeah, you ended up sharing a space with someone who wasn't, I just heard wasn't in their right mind. I mean, it does sort of indicate that there was a little bit of somebody didn't have, they weren't ready to commit. There were too many cooks in the kitchen here, especially in terms of like a romance. So again, this could have been something that ended in divorce, or marriage plans, and especially plans to have a child or a baby were put on pause, or not even pause. I think flat out you decide to leave. And I do sort of get that you're better off, but your next love it hasn't probably come in yet. Either some of you are moving towards it, but again, there's distance there. So it could be someone you haven't spoken to in quite some time, particularly a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Or it could indicate that you're traveling back home to maybe move in with your family to like restore your heart, because there has been some sort of loss or grievance. Again, particularly with a Pisces is what I keep getting. The moon, the fish, there's a lot of like Piscean energy here. Even the ship, something about that is, yeah, so there's a Pisces involved somewhere. And if it's not the one you were with, it could be that you're headed towards that as well. All right. Anyway, let's look at your person. This is a lot. Goodness. All right. So let's see. Their energy is coming off as the golden egg and the hyena. Ugh. All right. So again, this is someone who's, there could be some arguments if you guys already had kids about custody of the children, and it's very aggressive. It's like you guys aren't even seeing the actual, like higher vibrational, like what's best for the children. At least one person in this dynamic, and it's probably your other person, they're being very spiteful. And if it doesn't represent the child, it's like all the goods and material items that you guys shared. They're claiming their territory. It's almost like they're peeing on it. Like, this is mine. Yeah, oh gosh, I'm sorry, Aquarius. This is such a heavy message. And you guys had such a beautiful love reading, I think last time or the time before. Oh, so I guess this is for the other people who are kind of going through it, but just as important, right? Hopefully, I have faith somebody needs to hear this. So let's see if we can help those people out if this is your story. All right, so the golden egg and then the hyena. Yeah. Again, with that moon, you could be dealing with like a Gemini or a Pisces, but there's a great duality to them. They're not as they appear to be. Someone who you initially thought was very sweet and kind, they ended up having like ulterior motives and alternate people as well. Let's throw something on that. They're very enraged right now, or they're very spiteful. I think this is the person you walked in on, and rather than, apologizing, embarrassed, tail between their legs type energy, they've taken it in the complete opposite direction. And now they're like spewing things at you that like kind of came out of the clear blue. It's like, if you had this issue with me, why didn't you say this months ago or years ago? It's that type of energy where they know they've been caught, and instead of taking the higher road and doing any sort of, I'm sorry, this is what happened, they're the complete opposite. They've done a 180. It's like, this never would have happened if you had done X, Y, and Z. Like, yeah, they've kind of gone off the deep end. They do have a little bit of like anger issues, or even, sorry, this is a really harsh message, guys, but even like a mental imbalance. This person may take like medication to help kind of, and I'm not judging by any means, but there is something about a little bit of like mental instability here, just like a little bit. So please be careful with who you're dealing with, right? This person, they have a lot of triggers, and sometimes they just, yeah, something triggers them and they just kind of blow up, that you have the Tower coming through, right? So that could be indicative of, it's almost like this presents as like this very beautiful card, like almost like, you know, castle in the clouds, princess in the tower type vibes, but it's false, right? We know the Tower is kind of like the holy fucking shit card, right? So this to me is saying something led you into the Tower. It lured you in. Again, it could have been a Capricorn. It doesn't have to be. But once you got inside, it was like smoke and mirrors. What you were being presented with was not actual truth. Piscean energy can sometimes be like the idea of like illusion and dreams. So I think you had a harsh dose of reality when you actually, and you do have the Tower twice, when you actually kind of saw what was going on behind the scenes, behind the curtain, you kind of lifted the veil and, I don't know, maybe removed the rose-tinted glasses, however you want to say it. You came to some new judgment call and you recognize this person actually has, oh, sorry, this is a harsh message, especially for the cross watchers. Maybe it's reversed for you guys. This person has a very dark soul. There's, yeah, something about, they tried to steal your light. They saw something very beautiful about you, Aquarius, and they were very selfish about it. Like they wanted all of you, but they were sharing themselves with other people. So it's almost like there were not false expectations, but you were held to a higher standard. Like you needed to be faithful and committed, but they were kind of roaming all around town. Like there's this, ugh. I usually don't get these harsh of messages, but I am getting like a very clear, distinct, like this person has some very dark energy around them and you blow the whistle on them. You recognize this is not who you thought this person was. And so I just keep getting, you're out. You decide to leave because you saw something about some sort of indiscretion went down, and whether you were there in person or you read about it or heard about it later through word of mouth, it could have been like your best friend saw something and let you know. And the thing is, it's not that anyone's trying to like mislead you in that sense. If you had a friend come up to you and be like, listen, I saw something and I need to tell you, there's something about that word is legit. Yes, something about you couldn't see it before. Something was blinding your vision of this person's truth. But once it comes into light, it's unforgettable. There's something about this may have involved a pregnancy. I don't know if it was you two or if it was the third party and your person. Or for others of you who had children, there was this he said, she said back and forth about, again, like custody of the children. Yeah, okay, so for a lot of you, especially if you were with a fire sign, Aquarius, I almost called you Aries, this was probably on the third party's end. It could have been there's so many people coming through. It could have been something that like your person's, whatever you want to call it, mistress, for lack of a better term, or whoever, could be a guy. They could have had a child with someone else. So there's a lot of stories. There's a lot of people coming through in this spread. But yeah, Queen of Wands, they're protecting their property, they're protecting their throne, they're being very headstrong and a little bit conceited. They're kind of selfish. Yeah, I'm just sort of getting there's not great intent with your hyena here. I would veer with caution. And I think some of you flat out know this. Again, you're wise beyond your years. You know this intuitively. Like you're out. You're out. You're not staying there. Now, for some of you, this could have been something that happened years ago. And I don't know why it's presenting your spread again, but let's keep going and maybe get you some clarity there. But this could, possibly be something that happened 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know why it's coming through again, but so then your person's overall headspace is they've gotten themselves into a situation, they've gotten themselves into a pickle, but yeah, they're not going about it in a mature way to help mend the wounds or to help bridge the gap between you, particularly if you guys had children or any shared mutual property. It could have been a shared home or a shared car. They're just like, this is all mine and you can't have it. And here's the thing, I don't think you care enough to fight for it. I mean, obviously, I'm sure there were items that you wish you could take with you, but there's something about being at a distance from wherever you're headed. So it's almost like you can only take so much with you in this next cycle or in this next chapter of your story. So there's something, I am sort of getting the Fool energy, which is your card. It's just like me and my knapsack. And here I go on this new adventure. And Despite all this bullshit, so far your energy is actually quite optimistic, but you are still caught in between the two. So it's saying to me there's still some sort of baggage you still carry around by this. Maybe this person from your past has tried to contact you recently and like reopen a door with you, right? The one that you potentially used to share a space with, or again, like mutual property. It could be that you still share some sort of land, right? If there's, maybe you left and you're like, I can't deal with this now, but maybe something about a contract is coming due or legal cases, a divorce, or something about this might be reuniting you with the person that really kind of fucked up. I gotta be honest, this doesn't feel great. Imagination clouds your judgment. All right, so then in their heart space, yeah, this person is all over the map. In their heart space, they still think about you too. The shadow side got the better of them, the devil, but they always wondered if you were in fact the one that they were supposed to marry or you were their soulmate. So yeah, this person may come back with an apology, particularly if it's a Sagittarius, or even if it's not a Sagittarius, though there's a lot of fire energy here, Aries, Leo, Sag. There's something about this, they do want to bridge the gap. You may have moved to another country. Something about that is coming through, but even over distance, they wish they could turn back the hands of time and do something differently. This person may be delivered to your door again. Or something about this story comes back and yeah, there's like a Page of Pentacles offer or a Page of Cups offer to try and rebuild from the selfishness. That idea of this is all mine and you can't have any of it, well, that wasn't true. Some of whatever was divvied up went to your person, but it should have gone to you. This definitely feels like a divorce settlement or something like that. The money, the payout for all the work you guys put into this relationship, the scales were unequal. There was imbalance in the distribution of wealth, of money, of property, of ownership, even of children. I hate to say it like that, but something about this comes back up, and I am sensing that there's justice. For a lot of you, you get the payout that you were waiting for. Something about this Queen of Wands is important. Typically, that's my Aries card. You could have manifested this back into your life specifically for the purpose of like redemption. And it's not so much evil, it's just getting what was due to you in the first place. So it would have been very tight-lipped. You wouldn't have spoken to a lot of people about this, but it's like, even though you set sail to start the new chapter, in the back of your head, you were like, oh, this is so Aquarius, you're like, I'm gonna revisit this motherfucker. Like you were gonna get your justice, but you knew it wasn't the right time to like force your way in and to argue with this kind of like really like domineering, like control freak energy. Again, something isn't quite right there with your person. Please don't take offense to that. I'm sure you didn't know at the time either, but there was something really imbalanced about this. It could have been a Libra you were dealing with, a fellow air sign. Anyway, you come back and it's like you come back with an attack, I heard. Yeah, you pounce on it this time to claim what was yours. And for a lot of you, it does have to do with money and property that wasn't given to you, but it was owed to you. I'm sort of getting it was rightfully yours, or at best, it was rightfully both of yours. But something about it at the time, you were just like, well, I got to split. Like I can't wait around and argue, whose books and whose DVDs and whose car and all that crap. You were just like, peace, I'm out. Like you didn't even want to look at this person. You were just so disgusted by their action. So it could be that if something brings you back together, particularly a court case, there's a balance in the distribution of what was meant to be yours. But also this person has this like ridiculous wish that by seeing you again, it may something like tug at your heartstrings and that they stand a chance at winning you back. Something about they're going to try and win you over with like their sparkling personality or their charisma or their wit. You could be dealing with a Taurus or a Pisces again. But there's something here about like, no, I'm just here to get what was mine. Like something about like, I slaved away at this job and this was my income and my earnings and this person like took it from you and please don't like freak out. Like if this isn't your story, it's not your story. Again, I'm getting that this happened years ago for some of you, but it's like karmic justice. You do have the Wheel of Fortune coming up. Something from your past gets revisited. I don't know what I did with it, but you did have the Wheel of Fortune. Something from your past comes up again, only it like, something about fortune favors the bold. It was very bold of you to like revisit this, not knowing exactly how it was like the outcome. But the thing is, intuitively, you knew. Intuitively, I think, Aquarius, you knew that you were in the right. And so something about like divine justice, divine wisdom, you knew that it would come back to you in a favorable manner. And I think it does. 8 of Pentacles twice. So all the work you did in a relationship, all the work you did with someone, and then there was a Tower. It's almost like you had to kiss that goodbye temporarily, but it's something about you go back to revisit the 8 of Cups. This is why this is so key, you guys, because 8 of Cups indicates emotional bravery to move away from something, knowing that what's left in these cups, while at one point in time it was emotionally fulfilling, it's not. This was leaving that person behind who, again, was probably cheating or just did something really shady, right? Yeah, it could have been like money embezzlement or something. Anyway, you choose to walk away, but what's interesting with the Wheel of Fortune, you almost go back in time in that you have to go and revisit these 8 cups, only you walked away from them once, right? Because they didn't fill your cup. They didn't make you happy. It was emotionally void. So when you return to them again, it's the exact same feeling. You're not going back to it for the love. You're going back to collect what was rightfully yours. It has to do with money flow for me. So when you open this door to the past and this person has this delusion, is what I would call it, that, oh, maybe me and Aquarius could, like, you know, fix all that back. Like, I got to be honest, Aquarius, I don't think you're having any of it. I don't think you would ever let this person back into your life. You came back to claim what is rightfully yours, and then you're going to go off and find your 9th cup. You're going to go off and find your wish fulfillment person. And for some of you, you may have already found your person. You may be remarried and very happy and thinking of having children, but something about this person from the past is coming back up. Very interesting. Sorry, this is kind of like a Jerry Springer episode, you guys. Romance angels. I know this is oddly specific. I gotta be honest, guys, I get very specific messages in tarot, and it's a catch-22. It's fascinating because if it's your story, it's this amazing confirmation for you, but more than likely it's not everybody's story, right? So it's kind of like, oh, well, shucks, that one's not mine. But I have to have faith these are going out to the people who need to hear them. So hopefully next week or next time it'll be your message, right? And yeah, if this is your message, then things are looking really good. Wheel of Fortune and that payout. You have King of Pentacles twice. Could be dealing with an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could also indicate that there's already been new marriage or new business partnership in your future, and you're going back to settle something with a fire sign. Yeah, where there was extreme hostilities, but yeah, you're coming in as King of Swords, like laying down the law, taking back what is rightfully yours. There's definitely a lot of like, okay, you lost the battle, but you will win the war. Aquarius, that's what this is. That payout you're looking for, you're going to get it from that person who showed you their ugly side, the devil, right? So it says, you deserve love, you are lovable. That's my Sagittarius card, so this may involve a Sagittarius in some way, but also look, she's armed. She's armed herself with a bow and arrow. That's what I mean, like, you're coming back to win the war. You may have lost the battle, but you're going to win the war. That's what she's doing. Like, she's setting her sights. She's, you know, aiming on the target, and it's like, and I'm going to get this motherfucker. Like, that's what this is to me. And then getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. I'm going to throw you for a loop on this one, Aquarius. I think as you reveal your inner selves to each other, it's not that your bond deepens, it's that you get illuminated to see who this person really is, because they're not vibing high. They don't love themselves, and so they take out their hatred and their lack of self-love on other people. And unfortunately, you were like an innocent bystander that became a victim by default, but this could also indicate you're traveling back to see them to settle a court case. Again, something about a distance. You live at a distance, but you're coming in with fire. You appear as the elephant, you know, benign and gentle, but that elephant can do some serious damage, right? And he's wise. He's so wise. The King of Swords, right? That's you, male or female. Very interesting. Let's throw some zodiac signs on this and wrap her up. Aquarius, this is juicy. But yeah, I mean, it does seem very positive in your favor, Aquarius. But again, maybe this is for the cross watchers too. So Scorpio is the first card that kind of shot out. All right, so Sagittarius, you have double Sagittarius energy. You have Leo, you have Taurus, you have Aquarius, Pisces, and Scorpio. All right, y'all, that's what I got. Please do like, share, subscribe. That helps me a whole lot. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, Aquarius.